Alrighty, howdy folks, it's your boy Heffa Tanks, and yeah, sorry to throw you in the middle of this gameplay already, but I forgot to record, and then I started recording mid-game because I was like, oh, I'm starting to have a decent outcome, and yeah, so here we are. So enough of that. The tank I am featuring today is something I accidentally came across playing my other friend's account. And let me tell you, if y'all haven't played this tank, it is an absolute gem at tier 9. Let me tell you. This thing's camo is disgusting. You can get the steel concealment on this thing down to 202 meters, alright? The DPM on this thing is amazing. It has a 440 alpha with the top gun, and the DPM only gets better if you use the gun below it, which still does like 390 alpha or something, but the DPM goes up incredibly. But I'm using the top gun on this thing. This 440 alpha is so nice. It has a reload that you can get at 6.3 with a good crew and 6 seconds with food activated. 6 seconds for 440, and sometimes you're rolling for 500. This thing racks up damage, like what I'm doing right now. Now I know y'all didn't see the beginning of this game, but I pretty much just used this location right here that I'm in at the moment. Because you can look into the middle of the map where these two guys are right here, the East 5 and the soon-to-be another tank. And then you also have sightline all down the B and C line. So anyone who gets spotted or gets caught pulling or crossing that big open field, you just get to shred them. And when your DPM is this good, you can just keep this gun singing and your damage will stack up very fast. Which is why you see right here, I'm already up to 5,000. I think I started this battle at like 4,000 something. And just keeps going, man. Like, this accuracy is so good when it's fully aimed in. It's a 0.28 accuracy. The only thing where it sort of struggles is its small gun arc right and left. So you'll have to move your tank right and left a lot to dial in on a tank, which means that you have to make your aiming reticle bloom all the way out, and then you have to aim all the way back in again. So that is when your accuracy can really struggle, is when you're just waiting for this aim time because you had to turn to your right or turn to your left to reacquire a different target. So that's the only time this thing can be a little bit frustrating, but the equipment I put on minimalizes that, but it's still there. This thing doesn't like to be forced shot. It likes to be fully aimed, and then it likes to go where you aim it. Now, as I've been talking and as I've been just constantly having my gun sing, my teammates have not been carrying their part of the game, and I'm being surrounded as we speak. My teammates are going to start dropping like flies, and once the enemies start getting closer and closer to you, then you officially have no shots on them. So, and once you're in this corner of the map, you're pinned. You can't, there's no escape. I can try running to my right, but I didn't raise no bitch, so I'm going to stay here and I'm going to duke it out to the death. Now, I do get a shot right here on this Yag, and I thought about taking it, but it was honestly, he was angled pretty well right there. I didn't have my heat loaded, so I didn't take the shot. I knew that some of the enemy tanks didn't know I was up here, so I wanted to keep the amount of tanks that knew I was up here to a minimum. So I poke over here on the left side, and look at this. This is the camo right here. I outspot the FV, and I outspot the E4. And I don't get spotted until I shoot. That FV was like 300 meters, and that E4 was even closer, and he didn't spot me. Just goes to show you this camo is yummy. So I know that I'm going to get circled in here on my right here, so I want to poke over here on the left and just start putting shots down range. I activate food and just watch me tear up this E4. Like, he did not know that I was going to out DPM him this bad. I mean, he got one shot into me, and I was going to get a third into him before he even reloaded on me. That just shows you the DPM on this thing. He hit me for, I don't know, 700, 800, you know, and I was going to hit him for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was going to hit him for almost 1,000, all right, in one shot. But look at this result, you guys. That is a beautiful result. 8K combined. I carried my head off in that game, but to no avail. Still lost. The teammates were just zero help. Zero damage, 0 damage, 0 damage, 0 damage. It was just, I was fighting a losing battle. but nonetheless, I had a great game, a good location for people that I pointed out in this, and I'm going to show you guys actually what I use as equipment, perks, and the armor layout of this tank right now, as in screenshots, because I did this after the fact. Alright, let's start with the armor layout. It's really nothing to go cry home about. It's not the best, honestly. You will bounce shots, especially if people are below you and shooting up on your upper plate, then you're going to be A1. But sometimes you'll bounce some tier 8s off of the front of your turret or the front of your face, because it is angled pretty nicely, but don't expect to be bouncing tier 9s and tier 10s in this thing. The armor isn't the best. I mean, it gets to 251 meters at its thickest is not the best. But you're not playing this thing for its armor, you're playing this thing for its stealth and DPM, so you're not trying to get hit. And let's move into the perks that I'm using. So we start off with Born Leader, obviously. Rapid Loading, obviously. You want to get that DPM even higher. 6th Sense. And then now we go for camo perks. We got Camouflage Expert. We have Muffled Shot. And we also have Silent Driving. This is a mobile tank destroyer. The reason I have Silent Driving is because I personally play this tank pretty aggressively, and so I like to get into very advantageous positions, and then when I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed, I can easily fall back and not worry about getting spotted by the enemies. Because when you're running in a tank destroyer, your reticle will bloom out, your detection circle will bloom out. So this will make that detection circle bloom out less, which will give you a little bit more wiggle room to just get out of there. Alright. Next, I have situational awareness just to help you be able to spot people better, spot for yourself. And then I got steady aim to help for the accuracy, and snapshot also to help with the accuracy. Now, moving on out of the perks and into the equipments. Starting out with, of course, the camo net. We want to stay hidden, of course, you guys. Then I wanted to work on the aim time on this tank, because the faster I'm aimed in, the more accurate I can get, and then I can start firing faster. Vert stabs is not an option you can throw on this tank, so that's also the reason why I went with gun laying drive. And lastly, I went for advanced loader, just like I said, trying to get that DPM up again. Your strengths is camo and DPM in this thing, so boost them up as much as you can. Obviously, put whatever you guys feel like you would like to on this tank. This is what I play. It's done me very good. And that's going to be it for this tank, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I pissed at myself that I didn't get the beginning of it, but hey, it was still some good gameplay while it lasted. Why don't you do me a favor, ammo rack the like and subscribe button, hit the bell in the top right, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below if you guys have played this tank or what other tanks you'd like me to play. Alrighty, you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.